There is a special and unique way of seasoning meat that you don't know about. It is simple and easy to make, but at the same time, I'm sure you never heard of it. The name is Salmuera and is contained within this bottle. And trust me, once you uncork this bottle, the genie of the Salmuera will come out and grant you your most desired and secret wish. That is, of course, if your desire is to eat the perfect steak. What were you thinking, huh? Salmuera is a way of life, the result of an insatiable mind, the easy but sophisticated way of bringing back flavor and tenderness into any piece of meat you cook. And for steaks, it represents a step forward into flavor and tenderness, while looking back into tradition. I know with all that said, there is a lot to back up in this video, but I promise you, once you try this, you will thank me. And if you are one of those and you try this, I should warn you, every time you eat meat, you will be comparing it to the one I taught you to cook. And talking about cooking, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. Local Bites is a platform for peer-to-peer live stream cooking classes. People teaching in the platforms are chefs or amateurs who like cooking. The idea behind Local Bites is to connect people through cooking by associating classes with target communities. If you are interested in learning different cooking techniques, they are what you're looking for. Click the link on the description, select the cooking class you like, and you're in for it. And with all that said, I think it is time to talk a little bit about history. Salmuera is well known in South America, and it became popular between the gauchos and cowboys that populate the South Pampas. Some people say it comes from the north of Italy, but after researching for a while, I haven't been able to find any good evidence of that claim. But like most of the meat things we do today, it looks like its birth took place in the Mediterranean area, where the ancient shepherds used different ways of adding flavors to their sheep's meat. One, and the most important to me, is that Salmuera forces the meat to absorb the spices in a uniform way. All the spices added to the Salmuera are dissolved in warm water, and once it is applied to the meat, all the water with the spices will distribute itself around the meat and get into each nook and cranny. Keep in mind that when the meat is cooking, the heat will force the muscle fibers to open up, and that allows the Salmuera to get deep into the meat in a way no other spice would. Another great advantage of Salmuera is that the meat will retain more juices. But that doesn't mean that the meat will get watery. Most of the water from the Salmuera will evaporate with the heat, but at the same time, it will make the steaks cook their own juices slowly and keep them inside. The other great advantage of using Salmuera is that while using this method, we will also have a guarantee on the amount of spices. So seasoning one steak more than the other will be a thing of the past, and you can be sure that all your steaks will be seasoned the same when they come out of the grill. The most important part to create the Salmuera is to have the water and salt proportions right. The recipe calls for every half liter of water, there is 50 grams of salt. Here are the ingredients, but don't worry, I'm leaving the list in the description of the video so you can get all that information easily. The first and main thing will be a bottle or container with a small end, so we can control the liquids while applying it to the meat. The rest of the ingredients are half a liter of warm water, 50 grams of salt, 50 grams of white pepper whole, 50 grams of red pepper, 4 garlic cloves whole, fresh rosemary, fresh oregano, fresh thyme, and 3 bay leaves. You can use dry herbs, but remember, fresh will always give you more flavor. Once the mix is done, put the cork back and shake it a few times, and then put it to rest, so all those spices can fall in love with each other. Yep, we are creating an orgy of flavors here. Today we are cooking these two beautiful New York steaks. They are choice steaks, but as you can see, they are loaded with marbling and flavor. The only requirement is for the meat to start getting warm on the top. When you touch it and you feel it started to gain heat, that is the perfect time to start pouring your Salmuera. I say start because we will keep adding more as the meat cooks, and repeat this process 3 times per side. And once your meat reaches the desired intended temperature, in my case 120 degrees, take it to the live fire and sear it well. Salmuera will work best with the reverse sear method, as adding it to a seared steak will not allow as much penetration as we want. If you feel like it, you can add Salmuera while searing, This will not add any more flavors to the meat, but it will help with the juices. If you follow the instructions up to this point, you should be getting a nice medium rare steak that tastes like heaven. Alright you guys, we have these beauties already ready to go. Man, they're looking amazing. I haven't tried them yet.
I know. You know what I noticed? That it really caught my attention right away. It has a deep maroon color. And
It's
I mean,
beautiful.
I have tried a lot of steaks, but this is beautiful.
It has it look a little bit like dry aged steak.
Kind of.
Yeah,
And you know
something
what?
like that.
And you know what? New Year's steak is not one of my favorite cuts. So this is a test.
This is a good one.
I wish we had smell-o-vision. The aroma. Everybody needs to have one of these at home.
This is crazy.
Oh my
guys.
God, this is crazy good. I love it. I love it.
Let's give it a good try.
Let's give it a good try.
Here we
Here
have
we go.
it.
Wow.
Wow.
You know what I love? The flavor is deep inside the meat when you bite on it.
We have a helicopter going up.
They're looking for somebody.
They're looking for somebody.
Is it you?
That's crazy. Well, Miss Nya, what do you think about these?
No, it's amazing. Actually, I'm telling you, when you chew on it, the juices that comes out, it
Not
has
juices.
the flavor and it's like amazing.
This is an easy way to enhance your steaks.
Super.
These two steaks are choice, as I told you already, and they taste crazy good. Really tender, really juicy inside. And I think it takes the quality of the steak a step beyond.
Oh, yes, it does.
It adds all the flavors that you need to have on a steak. And this is just not a recipe, you know. This is something that you mix together. You can add other herbs in there. You can add more spices. You can do whatever you want with this. But the smell on this thing is crazy, guys.
Can I use it as perfume
Oh, man,
Do you
this
think-
is so good.
for steak lovers?
And today we have a special thanks for
Ooh, oh, somebody send us a present.
Rich Man. Rich,
There you
you're
go.
the man, brother. Look at what he sent to us.
That's amazing.
This is beautiful.
So cool. Thank you.
It looks so good. And also you can put picanha here and it can go across the entire grill with no support, nothing. Thank you so much, Rich. You are the man, brother.
Ooh.
I really appreciate it. He sent us a letter here. I don't know if you want us to read it, but it's a really good letter. Thank you so much.
Thank you from the
And
bottom
he
of
sent
our
us
heart.
some photos that, man, you know, he's
Let me see.
using the
Oh, okay.
the skewer, and it's amazing. Thank you so much, Rich.
Thanks again.
Guys, this is an easy recipe, something that everybody can do, easy to do. It doesn't have a lot of complications on it. It's been used for centuries down in South America, and everybody love it. And there, wherever you go, if you go to a restaurant that do like outdoor cooking and things like that, like a churrasqueria or a steakhouse or something like that, this is how they add the spices to the meat. They don't do it like we do with the salt and pepper. They don't do that.
You know what I noticed that? You don't need the salt. You don't need anything.
No.
You do it with this. Ah, the garlic, the fresh herbs. It's
As
amazing.
long as you keep the proportions of the water and the salt,
Love it.
everything else is perfect. And remember, I'm leaving the whole list of all the ingredients that we're using here down there in the description so
there.
you can check it out. I think, Miss Ninja, that I had to give it to it. I don't know. There is no other way this video can end without a delicious, brothers. These steaks are delicious.
Yeah,
and
prove.
now, let me ask you something. Did we make you hungry?
Did we make you
If
hungry?
we made you hungry, you have to hit us with the like.
Lots and lots of likes.
Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and
Yes, do
family.
so.
And let me know down there in the comments what do you think about this technique. Will you do it? Do you have any other recipe that is
will do
completely different? Did you ever see this thing? Put it down there in the comments and let's
Okay.
chat about it. That's all for today, but remember that I love you.
Mwah. Love you too. See you next Friday. And thanks for watching. Oh!